Alright guys, no camera today. Quick video about the cornerstone of self-improvement. To have self-improvement, you have to know what to improve on. So that's what I'll be diving into today. First, 95% of y'all, according to some random study online, you can find the study yourself, but I'm not going to be linking it. 95% of people say that they are self-aware. They claim to be, but guess what? 10 to 15% are actually self-aware. So, it's a rare skill. Most people don't have it, and you will need to cultivate such. Let's go into why self-awareness isn't something that you already have, just naturally. One, it's painful. As in, the things that you would be aware of once you have self-awareness would be in a painful existence. Your mind would be a dungeon of sorts, and you wouldn't like to exist in such a matter, would you? Two, because being self-aware brings a sense of duty or responsibility. Because you'll be knowing what you are doing, contrasting to what you aren't doing. So you'll know what to do. However, you won't be doing that, and that disconnect will bring great pain to you. So, how would we cultivate such? It would probably start at meditation. I know this sounds a bit cliche, but meditation's being one-mindedness, and then once a thought pops in, you recognize the thought, acknowledge it, and then you go back into just sensing your breath and doing nothing more. And then you repeat that cycle over and over again until you could really understand your subconscious mind. One is meditation. Two, you gotta remember to actively question what the fuck you're doing. Ask yourself, I guess, is this conducive to what I want? What would God consider this sinning or not? Three, do I care about what I'm doing? Four, can I do anything about it? Blah, blah, blah. You gotta question what you're doing so you could break it down into the core, I guess, fundamentals of what you're doing, whether it really matters or not. And if it doesn't matter, great, remove it. But the point is, just to know what the fuck you're doing. Three would probably be, yeah, this would be subsidiary, but watching YouTube videos. Or just going online and finding any data or patterns within people that you could relate to. Finding videos about how I got over my bad habits, blah, blah, blah. Cliche shit like that, but sometimes, the connect could be there. I'd personally recommend Hamza. For no particular reason, but he's a dude that started me off, so I think you understand that. And once you've achieved a greater than above average, sense of self-awareness, that's when you could have action. That's when you know. That's when you could, how would I draw this? That's when you could look at your own life, realize it's bullshit, fix up the negative acts that you're doing, and replace them with good habits, in accordance to James Clear's Atomic Habits Foundations, aka it's basically just to recognition, and then you do not cope and make up rationalizations of what the fuck you're doing. That's when you don't cope and you don't make rationalizations. because people are very good at that. Yeah, no matter their intellect level, they're very fucking good at rationalizing what they're doing. I've seen a bunch of videos on this, I've seen studies. It's just inherent in human behavior, I guess. Regardless, know this: your brain is a fucking rationalization machine. It copes and rationalizes to protect the inner psyche, your feelings, basically. Don't let that fucking happen. Disregard that. Okay, once you recognize and stop coping, that's when you make that's when you make it harder to do said bad habit. For example, if you're addicted to your phone, like most people nowadays, just put it in the opposite room when it's fucking bedtime so you won't be looking at the blue light when you're about to sleep. Or you could just do that with anything. If you're addicted to substances, put it away. Roll it out. Don't keep it around you. It will be that much easier to go back into your caveman antics once the distraction is right in front of you. Remove it. And boom. And also, subsidiary to that, I think would be just be thinking more. Have thoughts going throughout your brain. I know, right? Sounds real hard. But the more that happens, the more you'll be able to catch on when your bad habits are coming back. And as a result, once you're in that limbo stage of about to go back into scrolling, but you're not actually in the app and you just have the phone in your hand, that's the moment that you could activate your cerebral cortex, tell yourself to get it out of the fucking hand, and throw your phone across the room. But once that limbo zone ends, you're fucked. You're back to doom scrolling, you know? So you gotta be conscious at all times. Know what you're doing, know why you're doing, ask yourself before and after. And all of such is the foundation of self improvement. You need to know what you're doing and why you're doing to be able to do the right actions. And without such, you're a leaf in the wind. Come on now. You're born for something more.